Welcome to the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
And I once said that Darren Aronofsky could never make a movie again that would even come close to affecting me like Requiem did. But never say never.
Indeed.
Like, holy shit. Spoiler warning now. I don't know where this is going to go. This was a very interesting movie, a very uncomfortable movie. And so yeah, spoiler warning, jump to the tag now to avoid spoilers. Where to begin with this? Like, I got the story. I got what he was going for, the like biblical allegory and all that.
I think this could be called Allegory, the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I called it Awkward, the movie, in the beginning, because I had zero idea what this was about. I just knew who was in it. I just knew, who was in it, and actually, the only person I knew that was in it was Jennifer Lawrence. And it ended, and I kind of just sat there in that familiar uncomfortableness that I had felt after Requiem. Now, I wasn't bawling like a baby like I was after Requiem, because that movie just really, really messed with me. But this one was like, it felt like someone had reached into my stomach and my chest at the same time and was just clenching both parts for 2 hours. It was so fucking uncomfortable.
Yes.
And not in a bad way. Not at all. I loved this movie. I fucking loved it. I thought it was just beautiful. Everything in this movie was biblical. Everything. And it was such, in my opinion, a brilliant take on the creation story and what Mother meant, and then how the beginning tied into the end, but not how I thought. Like, I thought the beginning was giving away the end, and it was sort of, but not in the way I thought. And okay, I've rambled on. Your thoughts, sir?
Oh, I mean, you're pretty much mirroring all my thoughts. I mean, it was just so uncomfortable all the way through. And then once the second act kicked in,
oh man,
it just got worse.
Yeah.
As far as being uncomfortable, not like the movie got worse. No, it was just so intense. And then the third act.
Oh god.
Shit.
The last 20 minutes were just insane. Like, literally insane. And not knowing what this was about at all, I was just... Even on my notes, I was like, I have no idea what this is supposed to be about. I was really confused. But I was just going with it. Really quick, because we're going to reference them, let's go through and do the cast and crew rundown. This, of course, is Jennifer Lawrence, who sadly was skewered for this movie, and that's really unfortunate. Javier Bardem, most of the people need no introduction. Ed Harris, Michelle Pfeiffer, in an awesome role. Was it Kristen Wiig?
Yes. Yeah, she was unexpected.
Yeah. And that was, I think, all I recognized from the...
There is one more. The Gleason brothers.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, so... I know they were really brothers playing brothers, but I don't know them off the top of my head.
The one that was playing Kane is the guy from Star Wars, Force Awakens.
Which guy?
The ginger that's in charge of the Empire, or that's leading them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Neat.
And so he's been popping up and stuff like everywhere.
Right on. Since I finished before you, there's a train coming. I'm just going to talk through it because I need to like therapeutically talk this out. So, listeners, I'm sorry for the trains. This time we're not going to pause and then let it go by and then keep going. So the trains are going to be some background ambient noise for you. I just don't know how to approach this. This was like, it was just like tragic and beautiful and so well shot. The guy is a fucking master. Like, even his shots were uncomfortable.
Well, and just the entire perspective. I mean, everything was from Jennifer Lawrence's perspective.
Yeah.
Everything. We never once left her side.
Yeah, I think she was in every scene but 2, like the first one because that wasn't her, and the last one because that wasn't her.
Yep.
But I think every scene had her in it, and I don't know if you noticed or not, no one had any names.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Like they just referred to Javier Bardem as him, and then later he said "I am I," which is directly from the Bible. And that's when the movie kind of showed its hand. I'm like, oh, okay, this is all making sense now. Everything from Ed Harris being there, and then there's that sore whatever on his side that Bardem covers up. You know, that could be taking Adam's rib very next day.
Yep.
His wife shows up, Adam and Eve. The sons, as you said, Cain and Abel. I'm guessing that the crystal is kind of like the apple. And the study is like the Garden of Eden. I mean, this is just what I gathered.
I would have to go with that because also Michelle Pfeiffer and Ed Harris kept on being told, don't go in that room. And
Yep.
they went in there. I mean, if it's not the Garden of Eden, then it is at least the tree of knowledge.
Yes. And the Great Flood. God, what else was there? It was like all completely like Genesis retold in a really interesting, fucked up, uncomfortable, awkward way.
Yeah.
When Michelle Pfeiffer and Ed Harris's characters were there, she made it super uncomfortable. Michelle Pfeiffer did. And I was like, you lady are a bitch. And not even that, you're a dick. Stop being a dick. And then when they left, it was like, oh, okay. Like, that awkwardness is gone.
Yeah.
But then
worst house guest ever.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
And that tension that was building up for like, half hour or so was released. I was like, okay, I can breathe again. But then he's such a good storyteller that it started building the tension immediately again. Like, before anything else happened, before anything, like, it just... I wrote in my notes again that I was like, this feels really awkward again. Like, this is starting to feel awkward again.
To go with his means of storytelling, we were again seeing it from Jennifer Lawrence's perspective.
Yeah.
We, as the audience, were like, okay, thank God they're gone. Oh, wait,
yes.
They're back.
Yeah,
and there's more of them. Why is there more of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you sitting on the fucking sink?
Why aren't you listening? It's not your house. Javier Bardem, why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah.
Which if he's the God figure, it's really interesting that he wants to be worshipped. He'll let these people do whatever they want to Mother Earth. That
as long as they're worshiping him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's such... I don't get why people didn't like this. This was masterful storytelling. This guy... Every movie he's ever made, well, I haven't seen Noah because I have no interest in that, but every movie he's ever made has just been really good. Pi was the first movie I ever saw of his, back when it was released. It was back, I think, when I was in college. Requiem, one of my all-time favorite movies, like, just a movie I can't watch again just because it affected me so much. The Fountain was great. The Wrestler was great. Black Swan was good. Then this one. It's like, damn. All right, so let's see if we can wrap our minds around this, and let's go ahead and pick our holy shit moments.
Oh.
Mine has to be when they fucking killed and ate the baby.
Yes.
That was... Because if that's like the Christ child, that's like, partaking of its body and blood.
Yep.
That's communion. That's simultaneously disturbing and amazing.
Well, not only that, but also from Javier Bardem's perspective, they killed him, but we need to forgive them.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I think of that. Yep. What was your holy shit moment?
It's probably going to be the same. It's probably going to be the same for everyone.
Yeah, like I was really confused for a spell until I started all piecing together. Because I'm thinking of it from a rational point of view. Like, I was like, why would you take the kid out there? Why? I'm asking like rational questions, but this is a movie that doesn't deal in rationality. And that might be what pissed people off, because it was showing the irrationality of your belief structure.
Oh, I might have a holy shit moment part two.
Okay, what was that?
Her beating.
Yeah, that was intense.
Like, just the way that it was filmed. I mean, like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just awesome way in which it was filmed. I mean, it just looked real.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Going on.
If any, was there a mediocre moment?
No. I can't think of any.
Yeah, like, I could nitpick, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if anything, and this isn't so much mediocre, but if I had to pick something that I didn't think it was, it ended up coming into play, but I thought it was going to be more, was when she found the secret room.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was going to lead to something else. That wasn't necessarily mediocre, it was just my expectations not being met with what was really. Because, like, they made it a big deal and they kind of just, like, left it. Mm-hmm. I wanted her to go back down into the basement, which, by the way, was awesome, and explore that some more. I'm like, that's hidden for a reason.
I mean, there's several things that I would, like, go with as, like, what the fuck moments.
There's a lot of those.
Like, what the hell was in the toilet?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the golden nectar that she kept on drinking.
Yep. So if you're trying to think of it from a biblical perspective, still, what was that?
Yeah.
What was that? What was like? Okay, what was Mother Earth drinking to sustain herself?
And
then what the fuck did Michelle Pfeiffer and/or Ed Harris leave in that toilet? Because the entire time I'm like, okay, this is billed as a horror movie, to some degree.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the horror to kick in, and it did. Okay, there's probably not one at all, but LOL moment. Good luck on this one.
Probably just some of the moments of the absurdity of the house guest.
Yeah.
Like,
why were they painting their house?
yeah.
I was like, why? I get it now.
And just eating the food and the
yeah
bastards hopping up and down on the sink until it broke.
And they're taking their fucking house apart, and because the poet said we to share, and I'm like, why? At the time I'm thinking he's just like a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not really thinking allegorically yet. And so you're thinking again from that rational point of view, like, who does that? Like, why? I wrote. I was like, what did he write?
Yeah.
Now I know, but
I mean, it wasn't very much. I mean, that was like 15 pages.
Yeah, but still, it had to be some kind of Bible or something, that because he used her as the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote like this new religion.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you this might be the story of how the Bible was written. Like, he wrote this chapter with her there. He wrote another chapter with the previous lady. He's writing a new chapter with this next one.
Yes, I mean, I definitely get the feel that this is an experiment that he's done numerous times.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just kind of perplexed that people wouldn't like this, but you know, people don't like good things. Okay, well, I guess I can go through my notes. In the beginning, I wrote, you've seen Hunger Games, yes?
Yes.
I wrote in the beginning because I thought incorrectly, but I wrote, the girl is on fire. Yeah, Hunger Games callback. A lot of it's just me trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. The house was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Just gorgeous house.
Whenever she touched like the house, and she would have like the communion thing with it, whatever. I called those her house visions. Mm-hmm. I was confused about that until close to the end. I wanted Javier Bardem to go get his like air gun and answer the door, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. I liked the "thought it was your daughter" line from Ed Harris.
It's like, excuse you?
Yeah. Well, excuse you. God, that's Michelle Pfeiffer's character. That should be her name. Like, excuse you? Like, Eve, you need to chill the fuck out. nasty little person. I wrote, what the fuck is this movie about? Like 20 minutes in. Most of my notes are me trying to figure out this movie. So, cheap plug coming. Check out patreon.com to see the full 6 pages of notes that I wrote. And I said this is called Awkward the Movie.
Yeah.
Then Javier says, you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you want. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck?
And that's another thing that I kept on enjoying was Jennifer Lawrence did a fantastic job of just those looks of, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah. I wrote, I'm waiting for this to get weird. And I wrote a little thing. It's like, it feels like a slowly inflating balloon waiting to burst.
And it did.
Yeah, all that tension. I'm just waiting. It took me a few minutes to recognize that was Michelle Pfeiffer. Mm-hmm. So a little embarrassed about that, but I was like, I wrote that in my notes. I was like, is that Michelle Pfeiffer? Yep. I said she was like the rudest guest ever. Mm-hmm. Like she threw her clothes on the floor. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. If I'm gonna do your laundry and you're throwing my clothes on the floor, fuck off.
Another random note from my end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, kudos to you for mixing your own paint. Like,
yeah.
Making your paint from hand.
Yeah. She got it from Mother Earth.
Yes.
I wrote, I throw things I don't like behind other things. The Jennifer Lawrence story. And then I called it a reverse misery. Mm-hmm. Because it really felt like I was still trying to figure this out. So the previous lady that burnt, her love was the crystal, the apple. Mm-hmm. And then Adam and Eve broke it. And the whole time I'm like, well, it's your fault for letting them stay.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it was about then. And then I was like, their sons showed up? What the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on?
There's just so much drama.
So much what the fuck? Like, they leave her alone and that crazy son is still there. And then finally, they're all thrown out or whatever, and it was like a huge sigh of relief. I thought that the dirty look Michelle Pfeiffer gave Jennifer Lawrence in that last scene she had was going somewhere. It was almost like she was blaming her for her son's death.
Oh, I mean, that's totally how I got that, which I think goes more to the lack of accepting blame.
Yeah, I do like how they made the mother and then the son that was alive kind of the same person, where nothing was ever their fault, and someone else is always to blame. Like, you kind of got the feeling like they were like rich, entitled, like douchebag people. And then I was like, now they're back with friends and family, and it's awkward again, and even more friends.
And that's another thing that escalated as the movie went on. Every time that more people showed up, it was always an increase in multitude, like humanity.
Yes, exactly. And of course, there was always that. Every time she said, "This is my room" or "This is my house," they laughed at her. Mm-hmm. They kind of like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. Okay, it's your room.
Yeah, whatever you say. So makes sense now. At the time, it did not. Then they had angry sex,
and she was immediately pregnant.
Yeah, and she knew right away. Then, to that point, I wrote, "How the fuck do you know you're pregnant?" And then I wrote, "Is the mom going to steal the baby?" Mm-hmm. And I thought, maybe don't make your nursery the murder room.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's like it just seems in poor taste.
Yeah.
You have a big house. There's other rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I was speculating. I said that he's going to go off and do press for the book, and then she's going to go into labor, and the mom's going to come back and take the baby. I thought that's where it was going. That she wanted a kid to make up for the one that, which is very much like another movie. No spoilers on that though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then this is when the crazy fans showed up, and I'm just like, what in the fuck is going on? And the last like 10-15 minutes were just batshit fucking crazy. I said, what if she's actually been crazy the whole time? Like, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the twist. Because this movie needed a proper explanation after everything it was putting us through. And we got one. Yeah, most of this is left is just me trying to figure out what was going on. There was a moment where he said to her, "I have to tell you something," but never got to finish what he's going to say. I really want to know what he's going to tell her. I really would like to know.
To backpedal to the writing that he did, another interesting thing and another interpretation when he said that it means something to them. It means something different to each one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, could be seen as religion itself being interpreted differently for each person.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I wrote they're eating the fucking baby. I was like, what the fuck? It's like,
and even just before that snap that was heard.
Like I just kind of sat up and my hand went over my mouth. I was just like, like, And I wrote, so he just uses her to write books. I thought it was weird. And then once we saw the different woman at the end, I was like, oh wow, okay. So the first person in the beginning when I said the girl's on fire wasn't Jennifer Lawrence, it was somebody else. It's like, it's fucking brilliant. I'm sorry, this movie's fucking brilliant. I don't care. And then the last thing I wrote in my notes was, I'm not sure how to feel. After it was over, I was very stunned. Very stunned. Not right now, but a rewatch, knowing what you know, would be interesting. So you can pick up on subtle clues. Because first watch, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And those are all of my notes. It's pretty much going to be repetition at this point. I thought this was a fantastic movie. And I can see people getting pissed off. I can see that. Getting offended. I can see that. I can see it being way too graphic for some people. But then again, it's kind of a different take on, the Christian mythos.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So if you loved it, then yeah, you're on the same level. You understand. If you were religious and loved it, then I have mad respect for you. Because this would be a hard movie to accept, just with how brutal and graphic it was about the story. It wasn't like sugar coated and with like Disney animals fluttering around and nothing like that. This is like the Grimm's fairy tales version of the original Grimm's fairy tales version of the Bible.
Yeah.
That's my rambly, I guess, final thoughts. I loved it. I did. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I guess my final thoughts is remarkable job to Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
having an entire film where the camera's on you every single moment. Just good job to her. Mad respect for her.
That had to be just like draining, and like, that had to be a rough film for her to make.
Because just the amount of close-up shots.
Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer's characters were there. They were like her face was the screen, and I was just like, man, they're really showing, they're bringing you in close to be uncomfortable. It was just so not only kudos to Jennifer Lawrence, but kudos to Darren Aronofsky for just
agreed
the art of storytelling through edits and shots was well done, and I hope he doesn't get any kind of blacklist from Hollywood for this, because it'd be really disappointing, because the guy, in an age where everything is fucking sequels and remakes, to see something original, which he does over and over and over, it's refreshing.
Yes.
So big kudos. Okay, I can breathe. Like, I had all of that, like, it's like, TJ, finish. I need to talk about this. Damn it. I can breathe. Okay, you can come back now. Spoilers are over. So come back from spoiler land so you can hear the outro, which will be every single time in this podcast, just so you know.
Yes.
Well, that wraps up this episode. Tell us what you thought of the movie in the comments below. And in addition to that, what is your favorite Darren Aronofsky movie? Mine is still Requiem for a Dream. What's yours?
It's probably going to be this one so far.
Fair. If you like the video, please tick the like box, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the podcast. And please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of, our next podcast will be on the movie The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Or A Killing of a Sacred Deer? Which one is it?
I think it's The Killing of
The
a Sacred
Killing?
Deer.
Okay. That one.
Yes.
Another movie we've wanted to see for a while now. And another movie that I know nothing about. And I want to keep it that way.
And to go along with that, I actually know very little about that one.
Awesome. I look forward to it. So until then, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll be back to talk about the movie Sacred Deer. Goodbye.
Bye.